Welcome YouTube, Scalar Revolution here with more manifesting tips and tricks, and today we will be discussing dragon energy. These are very important, powerful, positive beings that you could use their energy in manifestation. They provide a brute force energy. You can use them for pretty much anything: love, finances, protection, even wisdom. These are very ancient beings, so they have a lot of potent esoteric wisdom that you can tap into if you're the right type of person. As you can see, I got my laser manifesting energy box. Show you the design out on top too. There we have it. And I have a runic disc in here as well. I'll discuss that sort of energy soon. Another potent energy I like to use whenever doing any type of manifestations. So as you can see, I got my request here. I have powerful protection surrounding me now. You always want to state it as it has already happened, and I like to add that now to give it some urgency. As you can see, I have some runes here for those of you that are in tune with the runic tradition. Definitely some favorite of mine. You see I have some success and protection runes, a little bit of luck. That's a whole different subject on itself. I like to fold this here so it fits better in the boxes. I like to add my dragon cell right here, right on top, and of course a Polaroid picture. Actually, put this on top. Prefer to do it that way. Scalar energy is a very encompassing energy, so it really doesn't matter too much, but I prefer to put it directly on top of my Polaroid photo. As you can see, the laser, I like to have these lasers in pretty much every video because it really stresses their importance. They're very critical if you want any type of potent success. They transfer that huge amount of scalar data because these are these blue-purple frequency lasers, and this really gives you the type of results you're looking. I'll be discussing more on. I've showed this in previous videos. As you can see, my system I have over there in the kitchen. Tubes. That'll be another subject to itself. But as you can see here, I wanted something simple. You use an easy demonstration for. Cut on the laser. Hope you guys can see that beam. There we have it. There you go, quick and easy. But yeah, dragon, it's always been one of my favorite forms of energy to work with. I've always been a big reptile lover, so I was always kind of naturally had a natural affinity for this. And I remember shows of those, anybody in my generation, shows like American Dragon, Dragon Tales. I always love shows like that. So I feel like that helps. If you have a natural love for a particular sort of energy, it really helps you tap into it a lot deeper. Same with the runes. I have a very strong connection to the runes, and that allows me to access the deeper levels of that stream of consciousness. So that all helps. Like if you, for example, let's say you have a, and it doesn't matter what race you are, if you have a affinity for things of the Asian tradition, you'll probably tend to get better results in that area. So it's always something to think about. That's why I like using these sorts of energies in any type of serious work I'm doing, especially since they're general. They add that brute force. Runes are kind of similar to dragon energy, as they're very they're all purpose, and you can really get that brute force energy in there. As you can see, I got a combination of both. I'll get into more details as far as especially with using these boxes, as far as using the different forms of energy. Even if they're general or of the same nature, you don't want to use too many in there. That can kind of cause, give it a lack of it won't be necessarily negative, but it won't be as effective if you just keep it simple. I never want to put too many cells in there. I never go beyond putting about 4 cells in there or 4 to 5 discs. You don't want to overdo it. That's something I've done in the past, and I've noticed when I've kind of kept it a lot more short, simpler, I get much more potent results. So you don't want to overload your systems. Sometimes less is more, so to speak. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier than that. Definitely want to do more videos on dragon energy. It's very potent. For these cells in particular, I should add, like while it's on my mind, as you can see, I got the blue laser here. I like to unscrew this from the stand, and be careful when doing this. You don't want to, accidentally hit yourself in the eye with the beam. But I like to put this on my third eye, crown chakra, in the chakra located in the back of the head when doing any sort of projections. That really gets the energy into you a lot better. Doing this along with the method I just disclosed will give you very potent results. Very potent results. And let me undo this here so I can actually show you guys my red laser. And this as well is something you want to use whenever you have any of these sort of cells here. You take this, you put this on your left wrist. Tend to flip, I like to flip it over and give you sort of a demonstration. Of course, you want to strap this on here. Using one hand, guys, so bear with me. But you do that, you turn it on. I'll show you what the laser looks like. This is an older one. So I have several of these. As you can see, this cuts on right here. You put this in your left nostril because energy flows in from the left to right. No matter what your dominant side is, energy flows from the left to the right. So your left side of your body is your more receptive side. Something to think about. So you would have this on your left wrist as well. You can change the setting. I like to put it on the blinker setting. Yeah, there you see it blinking like that. It really flashes that energy into you. Really makes you more receptive because your body puts up less resistance that way. But yeah, combining that method I told you with the blue laser, along with this, getting it directly into your bloodstream, it will give you potent results like no other. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.